The python is just shed, but just before she shed, there was a little section where, if you imagine her cut was about this size, the first third and the third third were actually fine, but this second third has come out. So today we're going to go in and I'm going to try grab her head. Then we're going to bring her out onto here, place her here, and then start bandaging. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exerting a lot of force here.
Put some honey on there. Quite a lot on the outside, yeah. And then also on the outside. Yeah, good. Bandage her up. You've got another one.
Yeah. Could you unwrap it for me? It's not helping that you're moving further away. How are we doing with tightness for that? Cool.
Perfect. I think that's the first time we've had to bandage a snake up. I haven't seen too many other snakes bandaged up in that way. Okay.
So that's stuff you've used before?
Only on my self for sports injuries, so who knew those skills are transferable? But
Actually just taken the bandage off her because it was a little bit constrictive. She was very, very weak. I mean, she struck when the guys were actually capturing her, but once she was there.
Just the glimpse that I had of it, it's going to need some debridement, quite extensive debridement.
We've tried to offer her other types of food, rabbits, chickens, guinea pigs, all the stuff that they normally go for, and there's been literally no interest at all. Yeah, very smart.
It's not every day you have a snake come into the clinic. I found out about the python from the time it was rescued on Facebook. Bruce was posting videos and photos and so forth, yeah. So I started to follow what was going on. These reptiles generally, they heal very slowly. So if anything goes wrong during the healing process, then yeah, and the snake is not eating, so that's not very helpful because it hasn't been getting its protein. You need protein to heal. You're endangering yourself every time you try to feed it, so it's a difficult situation. We're gonna do it properly, but we need to reconstruct the esophagus first. So even if we close it, she will not be able to. It will probably mean lifelong force feeding. In terms of prognosis, we'll say this is a poor prognosis because it means she will not be able to sustain herself if she does not get human assistance.
So her release will be impossible?
It will be impossible.
Will she still breed? Can she still breed?
I doubt it. I don't think you'll ever be able to get enough nutrition in her to get her to a point where she can actually breed.
From my point of view, I'm happy to keep her alive and feed her every week. I mean, it's the same with people, you know. Some people have to be tube fed for the rest of their lives, but they'll still she'll still be happy and moving around, you know. I mean, also from an educational point of view, you know, she'll basically become an educational snake.
Does that mean we proceed?
If we may.
There's the possibility of introducing a tube from somewhere here.
Okay.
And then it runs straight into the esophagus.
Okay.
A feeding tube.
Okay.
But then that would have to be reevaluated maybe every 3 months. We'll suture it to the skin.
Okay.
It's permanent suture.
Okay.
It's with non-absorbent, so it's not going to. The only way it's going to come off is if it cut off. We'll reconstruct the esophagus from there.
Okay.
And then leave an opening for the tube.
the plan is it will just burn the tube.
Safety first.
Yeah.
1 second.
distraction.
She's quite relaxed.
I hope it doesn't cut through. She's quite relaxed. You can go the way up to 1/3 the way down, okay? From the spine down, all the way up to here, like within this region is where you can give iron. Okay. Who are the guys in the lab? Who are the guys in the lab? Because you don't get subcutaneous exposure.
Like hospitals around.
Can you slow down a little bit, guys?
Okay.
Exhale.
Can I steal that towel? Sorry. Boiler. Yeah.
Yeah, for us, python is actually a protected animal, and anything to do with helping, out of the situation, because we know many people actually just slaughter these animals, and to find a sanctuary such as Bruce is running, to us, we are quite happy to give it life.
But this was also very educational to our final year students. It's not very often that we receive reptiles or snakes in our clinic, so this was a very good experience for them to get some exposure as well. We have dealt with the python before, but I think we did more today than what we had to do the other time. The other time the wound wasn't as complicated as this one. Inserting a feeding tube into a python I've never seen that done anywhere, so it's kind of feeling your way as you go and trying to see how best you can help the animal.